Hey friends, today I'm here with a new topic, that is South Africa accusing Israel of genocide in the Palestine. In the topmost court of the United Nations, that is International Court of Justice, that is situated in The Hague, that is Netherlands. South Africa went to the International Court of Justice claiming and requesting the judges of the International Court of Justice to issue a binding preliminary order against the Israel that a military actions that is taking place in Gaza that should be immediately put to a halt. And secondly, they also demanded that these acts of killing of the various civilians, women, and various innocent civilians, that is almost more than 22,000, which has taken place in last 13 weeks against the retaliation of the Hamas attack on the Israel on the 7th of October, that should be considered as a genocidal attempt by Israel instead in retaliation to killing of more than 22,000 people. So we can simply understand that the first demand of the South Africa is that declare that the issue of preliminary binding orders on immediate halt of the military operations of the Israel in the Gaza area, so that peace should be established in that area, or indirectly we can say that the war should end. And secondly, the mass killings of the more than 22,000 people in last 13 weeks by the Israeli forces in the territory of Gaza, that is in Palestine, that should be considered as a genocidal attempt. So these two demands have been put by the South African authorities to the International Court of Justice in retaliation. Simply arguments put by the a vehement opposition came from the Israeli people. Israel also sent a group of lawyers and legal teams to discuss this issue. They also put an important focus on this issue, and they vehemently opposed it by saying that the accused of genocides who has already been affected by the genocides of the Hamas. So they took a sarcastic comment on the South Africa and showing it's a they are showing a double standard and it's hypocrisy of South Africa that Hamas has created genocide on Israel. Instead of condemning Hamas, they are condemning Israel. It's not fair with Israel. So these are the two arguments put by both these parties, and the result is awaited in the International Court of Justice. And there are various perspectives through which, there are various lenses through which this war can be seen. So the this step which is taken by South Africa, seeing through the major lenses, if you go through the view of the international experts, and various experts also are claiming that this is various wars which we know that the USA is directly supporting, that has came in direct support of Israel and showing solidarity with Israel. So we can see that earlier when Hamas attacked on the Israel and 1200 people of Israel has been killed on the 7th of October, the war has been fully condemned all over the world. But slowly and slowly when Israel started retaliating, it was earlier supported, but later on when the various images of the women, children, and innocent people came on the social media, the views started changing, and the views which were earlier in favor of Israel, they suddenly shifted towards the people of the Gaza and ultimately the people of Palestine. And now in the international scenario, we can see that at this time, at this juncture, when we will observe this event, we can find that Israel is getting segregated and unilaterally standing with USA, and USA has been segregated throughout the world. So now everything everywhere, it is a long narrative which has been set throughout the world that the the war in which US is involved, US never loses a war. Either it loses its interest, then it end up the war, or just simply wins it. So this time we are showing that this is the time has come that the all the sentiments which were in favor of Israel and USA, that has shifted and went towards the people of Palestine. So it's high time US also should be thinking that this war should be stopped, and we should be at the we should not be at the loggerheads, so whole world can target us. So we can also connect this move, connecting that USA might have suggested South Africa and taking a route through South Africa to go to International Court of Justice and claim that that war should be stopped, and immediate ceasefire and immediate halt of the military actions of Israel should take place in the Gaza and ultimately in Palestine. So through this lens or this perspective, when we see that, observe the things that this will be an indirect move of US to stop the war through International Court of Justice. So we can see that this is the time also, because we can observe that more than 22,000 people have been killed, and the life of the and death of the civilians can never be justified, giving any excuses or reasons, be it a decade long fight with Palestine or anything. Then in today we can see that the world is more diffused. The world has gone into the era of social media, where everything is live, everything is getting internationalized within a minute. What happened throughout the nook and corners, all goes viral inside the world. So through the intellectuals perspective, we can say that this is the right time has come that this war should end, and Israel also taking a good move by accepting the International Court of Justice order, so that and also if Israel accepts the order of immediate hold of the military actions in Gaza, there should be also a claim that the various international organization, they are ineffective. So there are long perspective that United Nations has failed to stop the war, like Russia-Ukraine war. We saw the Azerbaijan-Armenia issue. We also saw that this Israel and Palestine issue, this could not be solved through United Nations. So if Israel accepts the order to hold its actions and immediately suspend all these actions which is taking place on the Gaza and Palestinian territory, this war will end, and also it will give the narrative that multilateralism or the international organization which is accused of getting failed, that belief will also gain boost, that no, these international organizations are still existing, still these can have the power, these can stop the war. Unlike the case we saw that in the International Criminal Court, which issued a arrest warrant against Putin, but Putin didn't accept all those orders. So already International Criminal Court, which issued the order, has not been followed by the Vladimir Putin. So it questions the ICC. But remember that this is not the ICC. This is International Court of Justice. This is the United Nations topmost court. So if it issues the binding order to give an immediate halt to the war which is taking place in the territory of Gaza by Israel, so we can say that it is ultimate indirect route of US to stop the war, and also it will boost the multilateralism or international organization, and also it will be in the benefit of the whole world, so that this war should get end. And Israel also, because war can never do an economic justice or any type of justice, and war is just aggressional attempt to show the power of any country. But in this world of globalization, where impact can be felt on all the aspects of the world, so this is the high time that war should be end. And this is one of the master move. If it gets success and the war get end, it will be a great success and major success of the USA. Also on the other perspective, South Africa, other perspective, the international organization, and ultimately in the benefit of the humanity. That's all from today. Thank you.